What is up my beautiful people, how you are doing? I hope you are having an amazing day, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at Oxygen OS from OnePlus 6 Android 9.5 on our Redmi Note 7 Pro, the Violet. Now again, I wanted to make this video like since the second day that I unlocked this phone, but I just caught up in many things like the MIUI 10.3 update for the Poco Phone F1, then again bunch of stuff with the Android Q, and finally now I'm making this video. Now if you don't already know, Android Pie ROMs have been just started for the Redmi Note 7 Pro cause the vendors is pretty much fixed that I told you guys it's a bit broken, and this is a system as root phone. So again, this is a ABGSI running over here, and then again, if you're wondering when would be the installation video coming, cause yep, I was actually working to make this completely bugless, but I don't have any kind of Redmi Note 7 Pro developer right now, so I'm just working with the dude who make this GSI, which is the Irfan. Again, amazing guy. He helped me in a lot of stuff with his GSIs and just extremely talented guy in general. But then again, this is the latest Oxygen OS ABGSI which he hasn't yet released, and this is not on the latest base of OnePlus cause Oxygen OS developers have actually blocked porting of Oxygen OS as a GSI. Yup, basically what they have done is, in order to boot Oxygen OS you will need a OnePlus vendor, and OnePlus vendors can be only found in OnePlus phones. So if you don't have a OnePlus vendor, Oxygen OS will not boot. So again, porting the latest OnePlus firmware is not yet possible. It is a bit halted. Developers are working fix for it, but until then you have to just work with the older GSS. So again, this is a January update for the OnePlus 6. So let's just begin. But guys, first of all, subscribe down there cause there is a lot of fire content coming for the Redmi Note 7 Pro. And again, if you have subscribed, just let me know in the comment section below by the comment that you have subscribed, or just share the video with all of your friends and tech groups cause we do want developers for this phone cause this is a system as root phone which is not that popular, and yep, we have to actually recruit some guys for it. So again, if you have shared this video, comment shared, and let's just begin. So again, this is your home screen, and I have actually talked about the touch issues of the Poco Phone F1 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro. They are not as bad as Poco Phone F1 on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, like at least you can type correctly, but the scrolling experience is not that good. There is no such thing like in Oxygen OS. It's just butter smooth, like the scroll is just fine. There is no lag at all right now over here. So again, I guess the lag in the MIUI is just because Xiaomi is just preserving battery in some ways by slowing down the touch drivers, I guess. Cause yeah, that does help. These are massive displays, but then again, there is no scrolling lag over here at all. It's just butter smooth. And then again, the performance is on par. Like this feels like a Snapdragon 845 or much above phone. Like literally, I can just tap the phone app. Again, allow the permission for it, just open it once, and there is no kind of RAM leak compared to the MIUI pack cause mine is a 4GB RAM version. But then again, if you once open the apps on your first boot, then again if you just open the app, there is no delay at all. Like literally the apps open in a blink. Like look at that. Even like major apps like the file manager, which actually took a bit of a time on the Redmi Note 5 Pro or the Redmi Note 4, again no delay at all, they just open. Like let me just close everything, let me just go through all the apps. Like look at that performance, it's just so butter smooth. Like everything is just so fluid. So again, hats off to the dev for this GSI. This is just amazing. But in another features, you get everything from the OnePlus 6, like this shelf and stuff. You get all the apps, like even the weather, like everything working. But the stock Oxygen OS camera just doesn't work. I've tried all of my things, but it just doesn't work. It may be because of the newer 48 megapixel sensor, cause it just calibrates the colors weirdly. So you can always use the Gcam over here and it just completely works. As you can see, the motion photo button has gone above the notch, but yep, it surely works. You can also take portrait photos, no issue at all. Even with the HDR working, pretty great. Then again, let's just hop on to the settings app. Now in the settings app, again, you have pretty much your normal stuff. If you go to the display, you have night mode, again, pretty much everything working. You have apps in full screen. Again, there is no notch issue when compared to the MIUI. If you don't already know, Redmi Note 7 Pro has a kind of tall display, to be honest. So if you go to the Play Store and stuff, it doesn't actually stick to the notch. There is like a 1 to 2 millimeter gap in MIUI. When compared to over here, it completely sticks like a OnePlus 60, which is, just look at it, how clean it looks. Like Xiaomi should really tie up with OnePlus and make a Oxygen OS edition with this thing. Like this is so cool. Like OnePlus firmware just runs so fine on Xiaomi's hardware. It's just amazing. Then again you have ambient display, which is probably just bugged. Then again you have blinking light, which does actually work. You have display size, status bar, normal stuff over there. You also have the accent colors, which I will just show you in a bit. So for example, as you can see, this is a color theme. If I just switch it to light, now dark is not completely black in some places. You can of course use substratum for it, but if you just switch to the light, again just looks cool. Look at the bezels, You can go to the accent color and choose anything, or you can just go here to the customization and just choose yourself. You also get a small preview over there, which is quite nice. Again, you can just choose pretty much anything, or you can put in hex data for it. So you can just grab color data from your wallpaper and just paste it over here, which is again just hats off to the OnePlus for just even including this. But let me just go to the colorful theme because I just love it. Then again, scrolling down, you have sound. In sound, you don't get any kind of OnePlus earphone enhancements. It's just completely broken. So you can always use your favorite Viper FX or Dolby Atmos. Then again, you have battery. In adaptive battery, you get every feature from Android Pie, like even the adaptive battery and stuff, which is pretty great. Then again, going up buttons and gestures, you have long press to take a photo, surely works. Again, quick assistant works, turn on camera. It doesn't actually work. You have to actually sign the app manually. Then again, you have quick gestures, which are completely broken. Yep, double tap to wake is just gone. So you will need some kernel adjustments for that, but navigation and gestures are just amazing over here. You get your normal buttons. Then again, you have back and home, just like a Pixel device, and it does work pretty great. As you can see, it gave a hiccup over there, but now it's just butter smooth. And then the OnePlus gestures, which are one of my favorites in the whole game. Like, I love iPhone X gestures, but it doesn't have a back gesture. Then again, MIUI is just amazing, but it lags sometimes. And then OnePlus, my favorite. Like, it's just so butter smooth. It will lag once, but then again, now it just becomes completely fluid. Like, look at this. You can just quickly jump apps like this. Like, this is so butter smooth. A 14,000 phone shouldn't be this good. But then let's just go back to the settings app. Going back, if you go to the storage, nothing much. If you go to security, well, fingerprint scanner does actually get detected, but there is some weird reason with the Redmi Note 7 Pro that the vendor is a bit broken on this part, that the fingerprint scanner is actually working on the GSS, like the Fusion, who actually makes all the ASP GSIs and just started everything with histories and stuff. For the Treble, has actually fingerprint scanner working, but almost every other GSI, like we tried Oxygen OS or even the Android Q, the fingerprint scanner just doesn't get detected at all. So you do get face unlock, but that's also not working on any kind of device rather than OnePlus own. So you can always use smart lock for the face unlock, and it just completely works. As you can see, it's pretty fast. Like, even with indoor lighting, it's just like amazing. Like, the front camera is so good. If you go back, you have accounts. Then in utilities, you do get OnePlus library because this is a beta ROM. In beta ROMs, you get the smart boost option. Now the smart boost option just automatically gets activated. Now this is for the bigger RAM phones. If you have a 6GB Redmi Note 7 Pro, this is completely worth it. This is basically AI preloading without draining much of the battery, which is again great. That's why the apps open so quick. Then again, you have pocket mode. You don't have that floating messenger, which is a bit weird, which you do get in OnePlus 5 and 5T. Then again, you have parallel apps, gaming mode. Gaming mode is again just great. You do get a dedicated gaming mode now in Poco, which is not similar to this. You get game bar and stuff over there, but over here you can just add much more useful stuff like network boost, disable automatic brightness. There is not even esports mode cause again this is not a latest build of Oxygen OS, but esports mode is pretty great. Going down again, Google, system, nothing much. In system you get system updates and stuff, which completely crashes your phone, so don't touch that. Looking at the other features over here, you get OTG storage, experience improvement programs, recent apps manager. Again, pretty good stuff over here. Dissected from the about phone section. So going over there, you have Oxygen OS version 9.0.4. This is stable? Then why does it have lab features? Wow, I'm confused. But if you go to the Android version, you have Android version 9 Pie, of course. Again, the Easter egg just looks completely good over here cause of the notch is just completely fixed. Like in MIUI, Xiaomi's own skin is messing up its notch. Like, I seriously don't get it. Over here, it just works perfect. Then again, you have January 1 security patch. Yeah, pretty old, but surely gets the job done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, why I'm not making the installation video is cause of the bugs. Once these bugs gets fixed, the video will be shitted off from me. So the bugs over here are stock camera, which is not a huge deal. You can of course use Gcam. The sRGB turns on itself on reboots, which again you have to just toggle this one option and it's just completely fixed. Basically it's just this thing. If you go to system, developer options, there you go, sRGB mode. Basically that screen is just pale when you turn the phone on. You have to just toggle it off every time you boot the phone. Then again, restart is just completely broken. Also, dual VoLTE and stuff is completely working over here, but the calls sometimes route through the main speaker, which can be easily fixed with the noise cancellation turned off, but I surely have to test that more. Again, some 3D apps do give a bit of an issue. For example, PUBG doesn't launch sometimes. Then again, Antutu 3D benchmark doesn't even install on this phone. Also, the max brightness isn't the max of the phone. As you can see, this is max brightness, like literally. And dimming just completely goes black. So yep, there needs to be a bit of adjustment over there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the bugs. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want the installation videos of this thing, please subscribe down there, like and share the video with your friends, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.